timing! Hopefully. Looks good? Looks very good. Welcome back to Mahjong stream, Tiles of Confusion. Let us get confused by tiles. We are starting in the East dealer position. We have a 1, 2, 6, 3, 6, 9, double 9 there, pair of those, and a couple of loose dragons. We'll get rid of those first. They're bonus tiles if you get a triplet of them, but single ones are not really a lot of help to anybody and mean you cannot get into certain hand types. So that's a fair one to get rid of to start with. Well, hello, Kriev. It is alive! There were 6 of us. So, 8 dots. We'll get rid of the green dragon here as well. Same reason as the red. 1 red played by JPC because it's safe. So JPC is Rise, Agnes across the table, and Smody on the right. After this set of knights, I'm also going to lock the first one. Hello, Bram. How are we doing? Okay, so here we get rid of the 6, which is loose tile. One thing I would say if you're playing on Tenho, and it's something you'll probably need, Bram, is you will need to some form of guide to show what 1 to 9 is. Hello, Smody. Generally speaking, if you're in a game with me, be muted is the only rule I would say. Other than that, you can do whatever. Hello, Draconis. How are we doing? Yeah, we actually have quite a lot of people turn up for once. It's been a bit quiet the last few, and now we got to February. Apparently the league started up. Hey, Kyril. Alright, 7, not a helpful tile here for us. It's a shame we got rid of a 6 earlier, but we'll be fine. So, looking at things, it's not alive, it's dead. Oh, that's just depressing, sir. Why would you depress me? Why have I got to stream so late? Unfortunately, it's because my car's not working, so I didn't get home from work until about 7:15, half 7. So, unfortunately, yeah, I couldn't start things quite early enough. Ah, sorry, sir. I normally next time round it's going to start earlier, but fun games first. At least the games that Marishan finds fun, which is fair. Actually, I don't know where Viking is, in all honesty.
Eat.
Okay, reach from Smody. So he's reaching on the 3 dot. Likely does not want low dots, high Manzu, but we'll see. He might want that 2 man though. That's a good draw for us. Oh, how risky are we feeling? Risky.
Don't.
Yeah, that was too risky. So that was for many reasons a bad tile to get rid of at that point. Hello, Debbie! So immediately, I am the dealer and I give away a Mung in hand. That is perfect tutorial stuff there. Perfect. Yeah, don't get rid of 3s and 7s after a reach. It's totally what I was planning on doing there. Anyway. So I've put myself in a bad position here and we'll try and recover our way out of it. Yeah, that was a really bad move on my part. We'll get rid of East here. So we have a pair of West. It's not our bonus tile for this round. We're sitting North. It is the East round. So West doesn't do a lot for us. It's just what's known as an alien wind. So we might get rid of these as safe tiles a bit later. Although we've now picked up a triplet. How to try to avoid the Ipatsu at any cost. It just gives them an extra Han, makes the hand slightly more powerful. Here, though, we're looking okay. If I draw a 2, I'm in Tempai. If I draw a 9 or a 6, I'm in Tempai, discarding the 1. So we've got a few ways we can go about this hand. We'd probably prefer to get the 9, because that gives us a 3-sided weight. Waiting on the last 9. Okay, we'll get rid of the 1 here. The reason we're getting rid of this over that is because we now have the option of extending this to 2 to 5 and also 4 to 6. Because it's basically 2 2-sided weights here, which is slightly more reliable than the pair weight. He'll play if he's guaranteed a Yakuman. Okay, Aiden calls the 1s. Now, he's not played a lot of Sozu tiles, so he's likely after some form of all Sozu hand. This also is a live dragon tile, so we'll get rid of that later. Get rid of a 9 for now. So if we draw a 2, 5, a 6, or a 4, we're in Tempai. We can also draw a 2 to get us Tempai. It would actually, but yeah. So basically, the way you get a legal hand in Mahjong is you need a pair and 4 sets. They also need to convene into a certain hand formation, which are the Yaku. So for example, here I've got 7, 8, 9, triplet of the 3s. I've got a 3, 4, 5, which counts as its pair of 2s, and a couple of loose tiles. But obviously, we're trying to maximize our chances of getting 2 sets out of this 3 to 5 set, so this is why we're keeping this. So 5 dots. I'm going to get rid of the 5 dot. One was just played before us, so it's likely not many people need it. And the white dragon still hasn't been played. It's also a bonus tile for anybody else. If you have a bonus tile, it gets a Yakuman. So it's one of the 3 dragon tiles. They're effectively bonus sets. Each of them is worth a value of 1 Han. It's also a Yaku, and you need to have 1 Yaku to complete a legal hand in Mahjong. The reason I'm holding on to it is there are only 4 of each tile, and if somebody has a pair of them, they can call this to get a triplet and thus have a legal hand. So it's very possible somebody's waiting on 2 of them and is just leading that last one. And apparently game 2 has started. So here's the first white dragon. So somebody else has played it. And as you can see, Smody had a pair of them and was waiting on one. What this does mean is this tile is completely safe because there's no way he can be waiting on it. Now we're getting into what I consider there's basically stages to a Mahjong game. This is what we call the third row stage. So the third row is now getting filled in. Most people's hands are probably close or there. So we're now just trying to dodge dealing into anybody at this stage. We can make assumptions about people's hands based on their discards, and that's where defensive play comes in. 1 dot safe against all 3 opponents, so we can play that. Not too much of a problem. Also means if we draw an 8, we can technically hit Tenpai. I don't want to get rid of a 7 here. I'm going to get rid of the 8 anyway. So draw of a 6, we can hit Tenpai as well on a 2 and 4 weight. 7s and 3s are the tiles you don't want to get rid of if you can avoid it, but... Alright, 3 safe to the right. A lot of dots played left. Egan's the one who most likely needs this, but we'll play it anyway. Green Dragon, which is alive. Aiden got it. So Aiden is probably in Tenpai from this.
Riichi.
Reach on the 5. We're just going to discard the 5 and fold. So we're trying to avoid dealing into anybody's hand at this stage, so we're just literally going to play out our hand. There we go. Since we got to the end and nobody won, we go into what is known as the draw state. So this determines if you need 1 tile to complete a hand, you gain points, and if you don't, you give points. 2 people, it's always a total of 3,000 that exchanges. Me and Agan lose points. Smody and APC gain points. And we move into a new hand. Because the dealer won, or rather was in the win state in a draw, he remains the dealer, and the game continues into an East bonus 1 bonus round. Here I'm going to get rid of the 2 before the 7. I know it's close to the Dora, which is the 3. Dora tile, importantly, is always the next one on in sequence. So 2 indicated there means it's the Dora 3. Here, I'm going to call this. We're going to go for an early push for Chinitsu.
Chi.
So we can bail out, but it should be good. We also have a Khan option if we want it. It's aggressive. It's not necessarily the best way to play this hand, especially since people are playing dot tiles anyway. I was hoping it would frighten people off, but Egan's not going to be frightened off. He's too new, and Smody's in the lead, or either doesn't care. He might be playing his 2s out on the basis they went through. DPC is also playing the 1s. That's alright. I mean, there are various variants of this game, and there definitely is the card form available. It's mostly just remembering the hands, I guess, really. So what we're doing here is we're trying to build up some honor tiles, because as a backup plan, we can go for a half flush, which is entirely in 1 suit, in this case dots, and bonus tiles, or honor tiles, really. They're not necessarily all bonus tiles. Though, of course, both of these would be for us. And people have called... Everyone's called, which means the Khan is now much less risky. JPC's also called the North that doesn't actually help him. I'm surprised at this level of pushing, I'll be honest.
Dong.
Yeah, I'll dealt him again. That's fine, it's cheap. As for dealer, I'm surprised he went for it, but ultimately he did still pick up the points. Yeah, good. Basically, that's a Khan or 4 of a kind. What it does is multiple things in this game. It gives you an extra draw. It also adds an extra bonus tile to it. However, that's not always desirable. If you add an extra bonus tile, you potentially up the value of everybody else's hand. But having a 4th tile replaces draw. I've also, if I'd have drawn an 8, that would have given me 2 runs, or could have potentially led to 2 runs. Which is why I wasn't interested in getting rid of it at that point. So down on points, what we're really just looking for is hand progression at this stage. We just need to move the hand to something and try and build up some momentum. Tiles are not great. Get rid of the 1 here. 6 is potentially okay. We'll get rid of our 1-3 here. I also meant to get a drink before we started, but oh well. Okay, 4's a good draw. So we get rid of the 3 on this side. So we got 3, 4, 5 and a 5, 6. So that's a waiting set there. If we can draw a 4 or a 7, that completes. If we get a 2 or a 5, this completes. If we get a 7, this completes. That's the only problem with our hand currently. However, 9 is the bonus tile. It's the next one on from the 8, so it's worth more if we can keep it. 2 is a good draw as well. That actually extends this sequence on. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to get rid of the 6. Reason is, if we draw the 7 here, we have a sequence, and we can possibly connect it onto the other one. This also can potentially lead to a 3-sided weight, which means we need the 1, the 4, or the 7 to make 2 runs. A lot of 1s have gone. That's the only downside of it, but... Oh, great draw. All right. We get rid of a 6 dot here. So we have set, pair. 5 is probably our loose tile from this set, so we're now just waiting on 1 tile to win, to be in a ready state, and this will be a reasonable hand. Reach, because we're going to declare reach, and 1 Dora. Plus Pinfu, because it's all runs, waiting on the last run. Yeah, that'll do.
Each.
So we're waiting on the 2 5 dot. So declaring reach means you give up 1,000 points. You basically put 1,000 points on the table. However, there are other conditions attached to this as well. I must now discard every tile I draw unless it wins me the hand. However, it does bump the value of the hand. So it's 1 Han. It's a minimum condition to hit a Yaku. And Smodi's still calling. He does have a good hand, actually, in fairness. He's got double bonus tiles going. And people are going in. But as far as I can see, all my winners are available with the exception of that 1-5. So I've got 7 winners. And that's possibly a safe play. Now, you can't win off a tile if one of your possible winners is in your discard pool. It's one of the key rules of Mahjong that most beginners don't grab the concept of. But if you have discarded one of the tiles that is a potential winner for you, so for example, if I need the 6 dot to win, then I can only win off my own draws. However, this I could really do with I really do with Smodi dealing in, actually. 8's safe. That might draw a 5. We'll see. Of course, Hagen has to discard everything he draws as well. Unfortunately, he drew his winner. And he had 2 of mine. So that's 7 pairs, which is the alternate way you can win with hand. Yeah, that is a thing. You are going to have to get used to Japanese controls. There are sites and guides you can do, but... this is a very advanced hand, actually. Unfortunately, if I don't get a win in the next two, I'm going to have real problems and have to play very weirdly. Oh, I might be able to push this a bit faster, actually. Unfortunately, this is going to be a darn fast table, isn't it? So if I draw a 5 here, then that gives me 2 Dora, and also waiting on something. Pair of 5s. Okay, that might be okay for us. Gives us the potential 5, 6, 7 in all sequence in all sets. So 2 8s have gone. If JPC is dropping those 8s, I'm going to be really annoyed. Pair of 7s. I'm going to get rid of my 7 here. So we can hit tempo if we draw a 7, a 5, a 5, 8. And we do need a hand here. JPC, he's drawing everything I need to draw. If I drew any one of those tiles, I'd practically be there. Get rid of a 7 over the red for the moment. Actually, red would be fine. There's 2 of those gone. I think one's flash, one's playing window. But I'm not a native Japanese speaker, so I can possibly tell you. Okay, so the decision was taken away from me. There are now not that many winners left. Which is a shame for me. So I've got 3 tiles left in this set. I'm going to have to call out for Tenpai. The only way I can change this hand so I can win is if I draw a 4 here. Okay, this is what I meant by for a 10. So now I can only win on my own draws. This is deliberate, but I can only win on a 4 anyway, because otherwise I wouldn't have a legal hand. So we've kind of gone for this one. We are against a Dora 4 hand. It's the one thing to be aware of with this. That changes our win con up, but we'd still be for a 10.
Gone.
Oh, God. Well, that's just my luck at this point. Oh, well. We call that circling the drain. That's what we call that one. There we go. That'll do it. Yes, I'm a sore loser and I know it. Yeah, I'll put him back in a moment. Hold on. There we go. He's unhidden. Okay. So starting things off, it's basically the same game again. I'll get rid of a door indicator. You might have even been talking about my game in all fairness, so we'll let him off. reasonable, but we're not going to take it. And again, we'll get rid of our last. It's actually kind of a bad move. I should have got rid of East Dragon, but I want to try and get rid of some safer ones. There you go. So red, of course, is Fedora Dragon, so it's worth considerably more if we get a second. At the time you discard the tile, for example, I can now call this tile and complete a sequence. The problem with that is, and it's one of the beginner traps, is you still need to have a named hand at the end of it, which is what is referred to as a yaku. So there are various hand shapes you need. You only need one necessarily, but the more you have, the more points you get for the hand. But if you don't have one, you cannot legally win. And if you call, it limits what you can get quite considerably. You can't declare a reach, for example, if you've called. There's various hand types and hand shapes you're not allowed to have. So calling means you're limiting what you can do. That being said, if one of them is a bonus tile, for example, the seat you're currently positioned in, so I'm west, for example, that is fine. You have a yaku there, so the rest of the hand can be whatever you want. Oh, that's good draw. Okay, we'll get rid of a 9 here. So we have 2 of these, and these are the bonus tile for this hand. So it's worth 1 for just being a set of dragons when we get a third. And also each of them is worth an additional yaku because it's the bonus tile that's currently indicated by there. Thank you very much. We're not quite in Tempai yet, but we're still showing a very nice position at this stage. So I can call the 6s. Actually, I can't call the 6s, really. I can call 2-5 or 2-5-8 to get to Senpai. Yeah, I can't do it. That, however, puts the Senpai for 2-5-8. So that is Dragon and Freedora. Okay, so from when we get this sort of hand, and this is kind of ridiculous starting hand in all fairness, we are going for a 1-suit hand that is entirely based on green tiles. So hopefully we'll call for Dragon. If not, we'll call any Sozu tile we can here. We have 2 runs already, because that's 6, 7, 8, and 7, 8, 9. A lot of good low tiles we could potentially call on here. Yeah, that doesn't actually cost me anything doing that. So yeah, this still gives us a pair, gives us 2 runs we can potentially call with. And is the first one towards our possible Itsu on top of this. So if we get a 5, I might just go for the Itsu. We're also showing 1 Dora, which is always a nice thing to be doing. So we're looking for Open Honitsu, which is 2 plus Dragon for 3 plus 2 Dora. So that's Mungan territory, which is 5 Han or better. Nice. Okay, get rid of the south. So this gives us an extra pair we can call on if we want to. Gives us our pair if we get a Dragon triplet, for example. We can go Dragon, call, and be waiting on the 2. Could also get 8. Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, we're getting rid of the dragons here. So this is an upgrade of a hand. If we can get rid of the 2 dragons, we're on a Chinitsu hand, which means it's worth 6 rather than 2. Or 5 rather than 2. There is a reach. So we're going to toss a second dragon. They're reaching into a Chinitsu. This is potentially disastrous for them.
Dong.
Unfortunately, it was dealt into. 2 reaches versus... Just saying. I was 1 away from it, in all fairness, but still. But still, that was a high wave. We didn't get it. It happens a lot. The good hand is nothing. One away, in truth. In a 1 seat hand.
Home.
So JPC does have a minor lead against us here, but we can live with that. Get rid of the south. We are dealer here. We should probably try and be a little more aggressive with this one. But I'm going to hold off for now. What could we do that would really mess this hand up? Draw a 7-9 potentially gives us a possible 7-8-9 in all sequences. In all suits, rather, which would be fine. Free's an okay draw. We'll get rid of a 7 here. Free possibly links into stuff down at this end of the table, so...
Chi.
True enough.
Home. Each.
Okay, we're going for this. It's a free-sided weight, but actually quite a good free-sided weight here. So 7, 5, 4 for this one. 7s are all out, unfortunately, but 5 and 4 are still potentially.
Dong.
Oh, god darn it, Rise. That's annoying. I gave him 1,000 points, but... Had a good hand, but of course, good hand does not mean you win. Free-sided weight, though, is always nice. You could even a chunk hand, which would have been very nice. I'd love to win off somebody with a chunk hand just to do the push, but... Alright, play the green dragon since one's out. We're technically only about 2 away, I think, but...
Home.
Alright, Aegon's calling east. He's actually nearly dead, which is a problem in a few ways. Because that will end the game before I win it. So we may have to be aware of Aegon here. Four's okay. Let's risk a white dragon. So drawing a free we would really do with. Oh, nice. Okay. Let's get rid of a 2 since it's the last loose tile we have. So drawing a 3 gets us 1 away with multiple progression routes. 9 does not help us. Four potentially helps us. So that gives us the 4-6 and also potential closed free we can still get. In fact, closed free is our best draw right now because that gives us the Tanyo Pinfu. Tanyo, no ones nines. Pinfu is the all runs hand I mentioned previously. Is that going to be better? That's not going to be better, but only because I discarded the 1 previously. If I'd have kept the 1, that would have been better. I would have had the 1 to 3 and 3-4. But occasionally, suboptimal moves get dealt to you. And some moves are only mistakes in hindsight. A little bit. I mean, once you get used to the interface, it's actually reasonably simple. It's just a lot. It throws a lot at you. Four's potentially worth keeping. And on that basis, I'm going to discard the 2 dot. So if I draw the 5, that also gets me the same route, but unfortunately Aegon was dealt into for 1,000 points. Which I'm not going to complain at too much, because that puts Aegon a little more of a buffer, so we're less likely to accidentally deal in and just lose. At least, you know, while Rise is ahead of me on points. But there are some slight downsides to it, of course. So West we'd like to keep because it's our own wind for the moment, especially if you're a second. 2 isolated middle tiles. Well, the 8's not a middle tile, but still. Early game theory, get rid of anything that is isolated, so that got rid of that. 2 helps the 4 out, so 8 and West are our new isolated tiles. 1 West has been played. If a second gets played, we'll almost certainly play it, but we're probably likely to play it now anyway, depending on what we draw here. Yeah. So we're 1 away from Tenpai in an odd sort of way here. If we draw a 3, we actually have Pinfu. I wanted to take that, really. Alright, get rid of the 8. So now if we draw a 6 or a 3, a 5 or an 8, we are in Tenpai.
Khan.
And open Khan from Aegon. Okay, the dice is spun and said North is something to go for. That shouldn't be too much of a problem. JPC, the only person who, it's its bonus tile, has the only person to have discarded one, so that's likely to be okay. Nine does not help me. South, we see a couple of them already. We discarded those, so we'll keep going. Okay, there we go. So hit the 5, reach. Going for a 3-6. Sozu weight. 1 Vidora, 1 is a 3. This is probably one of the worst weights to go for if you're two-sided, but you never know. We played Sozu tiles most of the way through it, and Aegon just immediately discards it, so we have the Hatsu. You might even eliminate him from this. No. There was a chance we'd eliminate him because he gave us extra bonus Dora, potentially, but that will do to start with. He can't as well. Apparently the right conditions are now then. Alright, West Wind. Get rid of a 7 here. Alright, we can get rid of the 1-4 on this side. GG! Stuff happened, apparently. Stuff happened. Is Dragonus still Lord and Master of us all at this stage, then? Oh, Haite.
Riichi.
And we have a JPC Reach. So he's given him 1,000 points. And we're only 1 from Tempai ourselves here, so we could have an incidental snipe. It's not a good weight, though. Dora. I'm going to get rid of my 1-2 here on the basis that I want to be safe with this. Seven's dodgy. I should just fold this, because I cannot afford to deal into him right now. Should have folded that. They're providing wisdom here.
Dong.
You know what? I was tempted to play the 8. But it is Dora, of course, which is why I didn't. That unfortunately ends the game. JPC is the victor, and we will move on to another one. Oh dear, so there's stuff happening. Can people please be posting results in the chat if they could? Because that would help me out here. Also, alright, east follows east. We are north, of course, so... Alright, just getting rid of honor tiles mostly at this stage. Nothing that's screaming must go for it. Also be nicer to be on a table where people just don't call everything, in all honesty. Which is fine, but a lot of the time I get the impression they're calling because they can, rather than because it's a plan. Case in point. So he might actually be going for a Chinitsu, which wouldn't be a bad thing. In which case his call is slightly more sense. I'm going to get rid of my 9 here, and probably my 7 after that. I've not folded the hand by any means here, but I am definitely considering stuff. Number 9, and I'm just going to go over tissue, bear with. Good draw, 2. Alright. So So we're 1 from Tenpai. Ideally, we'd like to draw the middle 7 here. Oh, that's dodgy. But we know 8's safe against him, so we're going to... 8's safe. 6 is safe. That's helpful. Most of the 2s have gone, though. That means at least we'd be in a Pinfu Tenpai. That's not necessarily the optimal route there, but I have a... Something about his discards doesn't sit right with me. I think he might be on a bonus tile and waiting on dots for some reason. I don't know whether that's necessarily true or not, but something's telling me it might be. Either way, we'll hold off for now. 4 is a double Suji, so I don't think he wants that. Can we get rid of the 3 in this situation? I don't think we can. Double CG.
Wrong.
He was waiting on the dragon, and he was on dots. Sometimes I get it right. Didn't help me at all, but sometimes I get it right. On the plus side, that being that case, it was a quite cheap hand. We have the Uber tile in hand now. So this is the bonus tile, that is the round wind. And that means we cannot get rid of the East. Until we see at least one other. Okay, we can now get rid of it. It's fine, early days, and honestly, you'll pick some things up, but I'm not unfortunately watching to be able to explain things. Might not have a Yaku, yeah. Ultimately, you need to learn the Yaku in order to play the game, at least to start with. At least the basic ones you can go for. You might not need to be aware of all of them, but you need to know what the basic ones are. I don't even know if you can hear me at the moment, in all honesty. As we muted yourself for this game. Because otherwise I end up talking over you while you're concentrating, and then I'm talking about my own hand rather than yours, so I get that people do mute me if they're not in that current game. Okay, that's fine. I just wasn't sure. Because I'm well aware that other people do mute themselves, so I'm not talking over their moves and confusing them. Of course, I'm making suggestions and comments about my own hand and situation which you likely can't see, or if you can see, it's confusing you even further. But my hand doesn't have any dot tiles. Okay, this is quite good. So if I draw a 4, I've actually got Ipeiko Pinfu. Nonsense. I can even call these, of course, because I'd have Tanyo. Nothing I really do with this, but, you know. I can call the 5s, call the 2s, call the 3s, and still go for this if I wanted. Wrong 2. Nine doesn't help me. White Dragon is not live. A 5 was gotten rid of from last turn, so we think that 5's okay. Yeah, we shall see. Is it going better than mine, though? I'm still one tile away. Nothing's happening for my hand right now. Nobody's playing any dot tiles, which is not helping. I have to call that for Tenpai.
Dong.
Teamwork. That was Washishi 101, actually. That was perfect, except I can't see his tiles. Yeah, I'm going to do a Washishi stream at one point soon. I might even consider doing one for the next one. We'll see. Depending on how many of you have Tabletop Simulator, it might have to be a Washizu Cup. Well, Washizu is actually not a bad way of learning the game in a lot of ways, because you can see a lot more of the decisions that are being made. You can build to hands. There is a bit of teamwork involved, so you can do some basic clues back and forth. There are advantages to doing it. You haven't lost that many points.
Chi.
So again, we're looking for Tanya Pinfu here if we can manage it. South doesn't help us to Tanya Pinfu. If you're 55 spare euros, but I already own the thing. Drawing 5 dot would be amazing. Seven's okay. That gives us pair and run. Not much point in carting that. We could have done, but I'd much rather keep the open Pinfu Tanya weight here. We are technically tied in the lead here. And if we win a small hand, we are the dealer, so... I'm wondering if there's a difference. There might not be.
Chi.
JPC, though, is on a monster, so we've got to be aware of that. That's why I can't get rid of any of these. Oh, do I want to reach against him here? It's risky.
Riichi.
Look, I play Akagi rules. Akagi plays with head bump. That's how we're doing it. We've had this discussion a few times. I agree with the rule. Largely because it prevents a player from, you know, accidentally dealing into 2 and then the game is instantly over. The red tiles are worth 1 additional bonus, so a red 5 is basically another Dora. A Dora is just an extra, yeah, an extra bonus points if it happens. They don't constitute a named hand by themselves, but they're effectively worth an extra 1. People are calling against this reach. It's a really silly thing to be doing. And that's even sillier because I've reached. Come on. That's even sillier because I've reached. This is where I would observe what's under them. I don't care about table escape rules. I'd want to know whether I was just denied multi-Dora by his silliness. He didn't even hit Tenpai from that. Ah. I don't know. He denied me one draw. I'm also video. So that was maximum carnage. I wonder if he's holding on to those, because imagine he had the fives at least and just decided to go for it when he hit the second one. But we have words about people who do sakiing here. Sakiing, by the way, relates to the anime, the manga series, and the person who wins whenever they can. We have words for people. They're usually angry ones. But I get the appeal, so it has to be done. I fully understand that and accepting of it. But still, we will not like it if you win with it. I have done so twice. I have been deservedly ridiculed both times. So I'm about 1,000 points down, but that's not too bad at the moment. Okay, triple of the eights. So that gives us pair and a run 7, 8, 9. So we're actually getting quite close. We probably want to cut the 1, 2 here. Also, if we were to draw a 6, that would probably be better. We could go and get rid of a 9, have pair and run. That's a good draw. Okay, now we will get rid of this.
Khan.
Egg and Khans. People are not going to learn until I just hit a counted Yakuman off of these. We can't count that. So draw a 7. We have 8, 4. That might be better. So that gives us 5, 2 for it as well.
Each.
So we're on a closed 5, but somebody has can't. Yeah, Peika does not work with Toy Toy. The only exception is if you get the double. That's Ryan Peika, technically speaking, but yeah. Because they're counting as pairs, not as a run in that instance.
Each.
Smody almost certainly has a better reach than I do.
Wrong.
Especially as I just deal in. I was finished saying you had a better reach than I did. You didn't. I had all 4. Technically dead weight under normal circumstances.
Home.
Yeah, it's fine. I can't argue. There are feelings. Alright, we're looking at Honitsu here.
Home.
I like some games that wouldn't end with just cool, go. However, we are looking quite good for this. If we draw an 8, we're actually Tenpai for Honitsu, concealed Honitsu as well, so it's worth an extra one. With that for 4, with Dora. This could actually be a really good hand for us. In fact, if I draw a 3 or a North, that actually, this could potentially be huge, actually. I hadn't considered it, but there are possible other things we could be going for right now. If we draw a 7, I might consider going for it. The hand's big enough as it is to make a comeback, though. One away. One away. We draw a North, a 7, or a 3. One away. Eight.
Each.
Good enough. So it's Riichi Honitsu, 2 Dora. Waiting on North 3. North would give us an extra bonus tile as well, so... He plays West. There is only 1 free remaining, so I only have 3 winners. But his hand is so valuable right now. Arguably, this is powerful enough that I shouldn't necessarily have reached from this, but I feel like putting some pressure on. Not that it affects anyone in any way, shape, or form, because everybody calls everything and has no concept of defense. This will work in my favor when a 3 or a North gets played. Prefer to self-draw it, in all honesty, just because value-wise, I'd also get a sumo.
Dong.
It's fine, don't worry about it. Do not worry about it, sir. We have plots and plans, and I'm not even paying attention to the game, which is exactly how on tilt I am. Yeah, it's fine. That's unfortunate, but he needs to know how good that snipe was. This needs to be told to him. It'd be unfair of me not to reveal how good this hand was that he just sniped.
Home.
I don't even know if I can do this. Hold on. Let me find out. Nope, that didn't work. I'm just going to have to put it in as a thing, aren't I? It's the only way to get around it. Also, I have mysteriously messed up that. So let's undo that. And I'm going to have to redo the chat. Bear with. Chat is probably just disconnected because I've been messing up. So I am now in multiple positions.
Kang.
God darn you people and your carnage. How about chats? North can be played.
Dong.
Well, I was a winner. I'm at the moment in the process of stuff here, but... Where's the OBS thing? I'm just going to put this on here. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to play a North. I should really be better organized for this sort of thing, because it just happens a lot. So, this is what my position was when Rise did that. I'm just going to leave that up for a little bit. Alright. Let's remove that. What I am going to do, though, is I'm going to put it in Discord because Rise needs to know. Also, I've just noticed they're in a Discord conspiring against me here. 2 of my opponents are in a Discord room together. I can't agree with that. Anyway, I blindly walked into a good hand. You did forget it's Friday. You forgot it's a lot of Fridays, actually. How are you doing, sir? I'm not doing well. I'm on 0 points and likely to stay there at the current rate. I think I've got to attack this, haven't I?
Each.
Got to attack this. Yeah, that's another thing you'll have to try and learn. There are various guides and things online which you should probably be familiarizing yourself with. Let me see if I can find the thing. There's a sheet which I've always used for this circumstance, so... I've been sniped on every single one of my reaches thus far. That's not as anywhere near as significant, but I'm going to finish last here. I'm not played badly, and I've not had the worst of luck. I just cannot finish a hand. I've reached about 4 times this game and have won none of them. My luck is clearly not in. Alright, red 5 gives me the free. Red dragon. I'm also on the table with 3 very, very attacking players, which does not bode itself well to things. Call. No. I'm surprised. So, we need to deal a rampage to get ourselves out of this. The form we've been on, a deal a rampage isn't impossible. Okay, 1's okay. Let's get rid of a 9 here. Possibly puts us into a Tanyo position for a little later. Means we're getting a Hondora, though. 6 is an okay draw. We'll get rid of South finally. We see one of them anyway, so... He plays a red 5, which gets called. So we've got a potential 1 to 7 built up there. Three's okay. Is it better than that, though? So 1, 2, 3, 3, 5. Yeah, I think that's slightly worse. I mean, I can see 4s and 6s have been played, but still enough of them left that we can still do things. Pair of 3s. I think we're going to make sure we keep our pair at the very least. Move us into Tanyo. So I could call that, but it wouldn't help me. Now it might. 5, 6, 7. So if I draw a 5 now, or if Aegon plays a 5, I can have Sanchku. Okay, get rid of a 9. So we could still have Reach Pinfy Sanchku. If I draw a 6. Oh no, it's Rise and Aegon are in the same room talking to each other, so... And Kyril, oddly, but I don't think Kyrill's in the same game, so that's okay.
Gee.
Alright, Aegon calls. So everybody's called again. Remember when I explained the beginner's rules on this game? That's one of the things that pops up a lot. There are reasons. 1 dot. So there's still 3 6s, there's still 3 4s that we could draw, get ourselves reasonably close, but Actually, a 4 doesn't help us that much because we'd still need to get rid of a tile here. It's only a 6 or a 5. 3 doesn't help us, and it's probably what Aegon wants.
Home.
That was right. I was expecting a win there based on my current luck, but...
Each.
Alright, Reach, Pinfu, Sanchku, Dora. In fact, we have Dora or Sanchku here, so we're at least getting some benefit if this hand wins. There's only 1 5 left, and it's the red 5. There's a chance we get some 8s.
Dong.
I was right. There was a chance we get some 8s. And actually, there was a dead weight on the 5s. There was no way that was happening. Still, we get a Mungan into our dealer turn. Aegon is practically out. And it means I'm going to settle for second again, I think. Nah. Good when leading, bad when chasing. Alright, we'll get rid of a 2 here. So, we got a double Dora hand. In fact, we got a free Dora hand here. Aegon needs a Yakuman to come back at this stage. And this is actually really good here. We're 1 away from Tenpai, 2 Dora. We'd have to reach it. It's the only problem with the hand. I have to reach it. And that means I've got to take the win off Aegon if it happens. And I'm not sure it's valuable enough. One, 4, 5, 6. I can calm the 2s as well. But I can't calm unless I self-draw it. Does that help or hinder? Probably neither. Still have to probably get rid of the free here. But free Dora. As dealer.
Home.
With Reach. Mungan. 4,000 each. Not enough.
Each.
Dealer repeat, though, has got to be sought. 4-7. It's dodgy, because if Aegon deals it, I've got to not take it. If it comes from either the other 2, I'm still in the game. Four, 7. It looks like I should be on a dot weight. That's the one plus point about where my hand is at the moment. It looks like character tiles are completely safe. However, getting rid of 6-5 is a problem.
Gee.
Especially if Aegon's going to call, because that means he's more likely to throw the risky tiles I want. Red 5. But he knew I played that, so... Yes, Modi's trying to play defensive, and that means he might deal in.
Dong.
Rise, however, did it first, and that's okay by me. I hit 3 Dora. So that's another Mungan. 1 more for game. And I've got Souths. Alright, we can kill this. If we get the Souths early enough, we can kill this. South... Dora, quick hand, dealer repeats, go for it.
Home.
Hit the Souths. Get rid of a 2-dot. Keeping the East on the off chance I can get a double, because if I can get East, South, and Sanchku, potentially, from this board, then that would give us it. We still need to we absolutely have to win, though. I'll take third, but second rather, but I do want to win this. Okay, 4's good. Gonna, however, play for the Sanchku here. So we're playing hoping we draw a 6 and 6 here. We got one Dora though, I suppose. So worst comes to it, we can call and go for it. 2 4s. Okay, that's a pair. So that helps us out on our Sanchiku plan here. No point in calling that. We need a pair. So it's literally just 6 and then whatever we can get here. Or I can go for the Pinfu side of things. Yeah, I've got to go for value. I've got to go for speed.
Riichi.
Rise is going for it.
Chi.
But so am I. Seven winners available. I can change up my hand. I can win from anybody who isn't Aegon. Or I can self-draw it. South 1 Dora. South 2 Dora. Suji. So I've lowered the number of winning tiles here, but I've increased the value. 2,000 points on the table. If I could actually win from here.
Sumo.
Or not. Rise. Game state. Why take a hand that had no chance? I mean, it's not a problem for me in terms of gameplay and how that worked, but he still prevented me from winning a big hand, which might have been the game plan, prevent fourth, but that's kind of my question here. Why take the hand that had no realistic hope of it? Even if you hit an Uradura, maximum you could have hit was 2. You would still been far too far behind. Even the manga wasn't enough, they... I'm happy with second, but I would imagine so from there. Again, I'll have to leave a thing. I'm actually plus on points for the moment, which is fine by me. It's also now 30 to midnight, so I'm probably gonna call this in stream for the moment. I mean, I know this game's going on. Can I please have the results of those at some stage? I know JPB, the real JPB, is quite good about telling me the results of things, but just so it's clean. Can we just use the first game? No, it's a stream, sir. We use all the games. All the time. Yeah, no worries. I'm going to call that a streams, guys. So thanks for joining me. I will see you tomorrow for Star Ocean if you're interested in that stream. I do streaming on Saturdays now, if only in the mornings for stuff and things. I'm not going to commentate on anything. My throat is starting to go a little bit, so I am going to call that a night. Catch you later, guys. Star Ocean, indeed. Which at least Aegon's private stream and lots of grinding, indeed. Catch you later.